Hello, and welcome to the month of Spoop on Broadway Radical, where I have my face painted like an asshat. And also I've been drinking, I'm a little drunk. It's a review of Repo the Genetic Opera, and also I'm a little drunk. Title card. So if you've never seen this movie, pause this video, go watch this movie right now. It's freaking amazing. Everyone looks like this. This movie is like if Hot Topic threw up on a musical, but it's like good in a good way. All right, so we start basically the thing is that it's sometime in the near future, right? There's an epidemic of organ failures because you have repo men just knifing dudes all over the place because they can't pay for their hearts. So they have these everybody their organs are failing, so they pay this company GeneCo to replace them, but they're staying in debt for the organs, which it's basically like Student Loans the musical except goth. So it starts off, we've got Wednesday Addams as this repo man's daughter. This repo man is the dude that's going around and repossessing people's organs after they fail to pay for them, which is like a terrible business model because then you just don't get paid. You don't have, if you just take back the organ and you kill them, you don't get, they don't get to pay you anymore because they're dead, and you've lost money on the organ. Killing them is actually the less effective, cost-effective solution. You should just leave them alive so they can be in debt slavery for you for the rest of their life. It really doesn't. By the way, Paris Hilton is in this movie. The next thing you need to know is that it's the lyrics are the opposite of Duncan Sheik lyrics. There is zero subtext. Everyone says exactly what they are thinking. I'm the doctor and your father. I am feeling this way inside, and now I'm singing it. And it's a really good example of why we should socialize the pharmaceutical and healthcare industries. You've got this grave robber dude, and he's going around robbing graves. There's cops around, and he's in the graveyard, and with no prompting whatsoever, no reason to do this, just yells, It's so good. It's so good. There's no reason he had to do that. And then this dude is talking about designer hearts, which does not make sense. Oh, I got some extra pocket change. I'm gonna go get a spleen transplant. This is literally what Republicans think healthcare is. Oh yeah, it's between buying a new iPhone and living another 40 years. There's this whole warehouse full of dead bodies, and that's super gross. Why would you do that? I don't want to see that. I don't want to. Why you ruin my night like that? And by the way, so this guy Nathan, right? He feels really bad because his daughter, he accidentally killed her mother by giving her medicine that, unbeknownst to him, was diseased, was poisoned by the Big Mario guy. So he feels guilty about killing his wife and saving his daughter. But what he doesn't feel bad about in any regard, in fact, he takes such delight in it, is killing just hundreds of people, probably dozens of people dead a day. And he's sitting there all brooding about oh, I couldn't save my wife, I'm a murderer. While at the same time he'll go into his basement and literally cut a man's chest open, stick his hand in there, and move his mouth up and down while he's talking like frickin' Muppet. This is okay. I'm a mentally sane individual. This is fine. I'm fine. So he's a dick with a beautiful, amazing rock tenor voice. Okay, so the main villain, Big Mario Man, has his 3 kids, Paris Hilton, Little Mario, and Luigi. Also, there are cars in this universe, but they're not space cars or anything. They're just normal cars. There's also a shot where Big Mario Boss Man is talking to Wednesday Addams, and he's singing, obviously, because it's a musical. Then you get a shot outside of the car. You can hear him singing, but it's muffled, which would indicate that the people in this universe are actually singing. They're aware that it's a musical, which is amazing. By the way, Sarah Brightman is in this movie, aka the original Christine in Phantom of the Opera, famous ex-wife of Andrew Lloyd Webber. And what is she? She's a famous soprano. These parts write themselves. And there's this part where, apropos of nothing, this addict on the street goes up to Wednesday Addams and she's like, I had my first surgery when I was 13. A month later, I was turning tricks. And then walks away. What you need to understand is that this could be on Broadway. It's a proper musical with chorus numbers and everything. Everybody's singing. It's a whole production. Big Mario was like, hey, kill Sarah Brightman. And Nathan's like, no, I don't want to kill Sarah Brightman. I'll kill literally any other person, though. And Big Mario's like, I'm not happy with that. I guess, is the only Repo Man? Are there not more Repo Men? It seems like there would be more Repo Men. There can't just be one. Is there just one Repo Man? That doesn't make sense. Why would you? Unaddressed questions that need answers. By the way, actual Joan Jett is in this movie for like 1 sec. Then they sing this song. It's called At the Opera Tonight, and it's basically like Goth One Day More. And then Christine Dye sings a big aria in Italian or whatever, and then drops it and is impaled, and nobody comments on it or acknowledges it after that. Also, the whole thing that she had to die for because she was blind and she had to get replacement eyes. Which she could, but she signed a contract in blood, so they were gonna kill her after because she's retiring, and but you can take someone's eyes out and not kill them. So Then anyway, Big Mario shoots Nathan, and he's like, "Ow!" And Wednesday Addams is like, "I love you, Dad," and he's like, "I love you too, daughter." And then he dies, and then Big Mario dies, and then Wednesday just like pieces out, I guess, and then it's over, and it's over, man. That's it. And then they end the movie with like, and so Gene Co's story goes on, but this was like 10 years ago, I'm pretty sure. And it was like, oh, we're setting up for a sequel, but they're not getting a sequel. So my review of Repo the Genetic Opera, I give it a I'm drunk out of 10. Musically, it's pretty good. Lyrically, it's pretty corny. And the story doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And the characters are kind of contrived. Like, it knows it's like a B movie, which is the key. It's a fun time. Go watch it. It's like an hour and 30 minutes. It's fine. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna wash this off. I'm like sweating. It's kind of gross. I'm gonna go. Hope you liked the video. I'm gonna eat some bread or something. Bye. Thanks. Subscribe.